What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I finally made it up here for last weekend of archery season. I had to miss the first 3 weekends because of work, but luckily I have 2 trail cams up here and they're cellular trail cams. So I feel like I see everything that's going on. I haven't really missed a lot. On one of the cameras, there's a lot of deer activity, pretty much every day, several times a day. And in particular, I'm very happy about the 3 legal bucks that I have seen several times each one. They're all just forks. One is a really nice size. One is kind of a small medium and one is just barely legal, but they have been coming and going, not every day. It's very sporadic, but they have come several times. So I'm very happy about that. I already went out there to do my first sit-in and I haven't seen anything, but that's okay. I have my bow dialed in, my camp is set up, and I am just so happy to be here and I'm very excited to see what this weekend will bring. I'm having a late start, and this is not because I overslept, but I actually planned this. And a lot of you guys will probably condemn me for this, but I think there are 1,000 ways to get a deer. My main reasoning is that I have been looking at my trail cam footage for over 2 months, and I have kept a very meticulous record of what was on it, what time of the day, the exact minutes where the deer came, where they came from, what kind. And what I have seen was that they came at all kinds of times, mostly like during the day, pretty much any time, not so much first thing in the morning, maybe once or twice, but a lot of times it was at 9 o'clock or noon or 4 o'clock. And of course they came at night a lot, but it was pretty much spread out. So I kind of felt like I'll just come up here and I'll be here all day and I'll wait. And if they come, I'll be here. And if they don't, then I'll come back the next day. And that's just what my mentality was. So I'm standing behind this tree, and this tree is looking straight down to where my trail cam is pointing at. And for some reason, the deer love that area right before it. I mean, the deer is usually about 10 yards from my trail cam, and this is about maybe 30 yards from me, 25 to 30, and I'm just standing right here and I'll just be waiting. Standing is easier than sitting, less movement, so I'm prepared to stand all day. I already stand all day when I'm at work. I'm a teacher, so I don't ever get to sit down, and I'm just gonna be here for the long haul. Now this here is Racoon urine that I bought, and it is supposed to mask my scent. So I picked up all these little twigs and everything I wanted to get rid of from where I'm standing. So when I move, I won't make any noise, and I sprayed them and I just threw them down there. So they're sort of between me and where the deer could be. So hopefully it will provide some kind of a barrier between my scent and their noses. The deer could be coming from any directions. They could come from the left, from the right, from behind me to the right, as well as right across from me. When the trail cam captures the moment, the deer are going to be really close to it, so you can't always tell where they're coming from. I can just see their direction. They're going to the left or they're going to the right, and I think most of the time they're going to the left. So my understanding is they are coming from my right. So I'm just behind this tree, and of course I'm visible if they're coming from the side, but this is the only place I can be. So I'm just waiting and peeking out at both sides, looking at my phone as well, as just in case my camera captures something. And I'll just be waiting here patiently, excited. And here they come about 45 minutes after I got here. So not even a long time. I see some movement and I just grab my phone. I mean, it works almost as well as binoculars. You could actually zoom in to see what's going on. My first thought was like, okay, is this a buck or is it a doe? And I see that it's a doe and her two babies, which is great news. I have seen her actually many, many times, and she was here this morning on my trail cam. And now it's just basically, let's just see if they can spot me. Let's see if I can be absolutely still and hide and they don't see me, they don't smell me. So I'm just going to play this whole thing for you guys so that you can feel how I felt when I was out there. But these deer are just coming towards me. They're maybe 50 yards right now, and they're coming right to me, like under my tree, and then they are going to go to where the trail cam is, to their favorite spot. So let's see how this plays out. This looks far, but it's only about 30 yards, and they came as close as 25 yards to me and never saw me, never smelled me. I was absolutely still. And I gotta tell you, I got some really good training at my house because I have deer come to my front porch all the time, and I have learned to just get up and look out the window and be as smooth and slow and still as I possibly can. At one point, I recorded a buck looking at me, maybe like 3 yards away on the other side of my bedroom window, and I just recorded him for like 5 minutes, and he was looking straight at me, and he didn't know what he was looking at. He probably saw that I was a human, but I didn't make any movement, so we just stared at each other forever. So I've learned how to do that. So I think this really helped. I just stood next to the tree, didn't stand out too much probably, but I think that raccoon scent, that probably did work, at least somewhat. So that is great. So I'm ordering a lot more because I used up a lot of it. And they're just going around the pond this whole time. This is like 45 minutes that they're just hanging out and going around, and they never spotted me. So I'm really happy about this. I know it's not that big of a deal, but I'm really happy because this is the only spot I can be right here where I'm close enough to the deer where I can shoot with my bow. I need to be within 40 yards basically, but they also don't see me. There's a lot of open areas here. There are no bushes to hide in. Everything else is too much further, and then when you have bushes, it's so dense, how are you going to shoot from it? So this tree is pretty much the only thing that I can stand behind with my bow, and the fact that they didn't see me, well, hopefully this will play out when one day that buck comes this way. So this is exciting for me. At least I saw deer, and everything worked well, and if this was a buck, I feel that he would be my buck by now. So this is really cool. All this was very exciting, and the rest of the day was uneventful. I stood there behind the tree and I didn't see anything. I was there all day and I didn't see anything else. So the sun is going down and I'm heading back, but I decided to go and check out the area opposite from me on the other side of the pond where I think the deer came from. I haven't really been there before, so I just kind of want to see if there are any signs where they're coming from. And I do have another trail cam that I placed a little further from here, and there hasn't been anything on it this whole time. So I'm going to take it off tomorrow, and if I find a good spot here, I will put it up over here somewhere. So I think this is where they're coming from some of the time. that mom and the two babies, I think this is where they came. And down here is where the little pond is. And those rocks up there were behind me. So I was sitting under it. So I actually went all around and around and around, and it looked all new to me, even though I already hiked this whole area last year, but it looked different. So I think I'm gonna want to put up my trail cam somewhere over here, but right now I'm just gonna hide out here before sunset and see if I see anything. Look, there are deer over there. They just came out of nowhere. A whole family. It actually looks like maybe even two families, two does with their babies. Unfortunately, I don't see any bucks. It would have been nice to see where they came from. Hi, sweetie. Mommy's back. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie pie. She's gonna do a victory lap. Hi, sweetheart. Did you make a big mess? Let's hope not. Okay, so Misha was probably on my bed, which is okay. Hi, sweetie. My good doggy, Misha. You're my good puppy. I'm so proud of you. I'm so sorry for being gone all day. My good doggy. Misha. Misha. I've had a much earlier start today, and the first thing I'm doing is go to my second trail cam and pick it up, because like I said before, there haven't been anything on it, even though that area looked pretty promising. So I'm taking it off, and I am going back to the spot where I was yesterday and find a place to put this on. And I am back by the pond on the other side, and I think I found a good spot. Of course, only time will tell, but I'm putting my trail cam up here. And what I'm doing right now, I have these incense sticks. They actually have 20 different deer scents. So this is not a doe in heat because it's too early, but it's just all kinds of different doe scents that hopefully will help lure a buck in. So I'm just leaving it here. The trail cam is actually looking at it, and I'm going to hike up, and I will be looking down on this area, especially, I mean, I don't think this could start any wildfires, but I will be looking at it. I'm not gonna let it out of my sight, don't worry. And then before I leave, I will come back to pick it up. This spot here is pretty good. This will be perfect for rifle season. It looks like it's way up and it's pretty far, but it's really not. I can actually see everything. Wouldn't be so good for bow season, I think, but for rifle, it's really great. And now it's time to go home. Responsibilities are waiting, and I gotta go. So I picked up my little scent stick. There's a little bit left. I'm just going to carry it out. I think it might be a good idea to walk around like this when I come back. But I feel really good about rifle season. This was the only weekend I was able to hunt, but I feel great, mostly because of my trail cam. I can't believe I haven't had one before that was a cellular trail cam. It really tells me what's going on here, so I don't have the doubting and the second guessing of what's happening. I know there are deer here, there are bucks here, so I'll just have to be here every weekend and look for them. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was at least a little bit interesting to you. Rifle season is actually starting this weekend, so we might even run into each other. Once again, thank you so much, and good luck to you out there.